right, good morning. So we're going to go through our final exam prep for college algebra here. So I pretty much looked at the final exam and made reasonable problems that were close. Okay. So the first one is my favorite problem for circles. Is here's 2 points on endpoints, or 2 points on the endpoints of your diameter. Okay. And this is, well, you got a diameter, you can figure out the center, you can figure out the radius, and tell me what the circle looks like. So what we're going to do here is we're going to write this down. So it's 3, -2. Okay. So we have 3, -2. Ah, that's terrible. And 13/22. Okay. So sometimes I like to draw these out a little bit so I can see what's going on. Most of this is going on in the first and fourth quadrant. So we have what? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So we have a point here. And then 1, 2, 3. Actually, we're going to go out a lot here. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 20. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So there's a 13. So 5, 10, 13, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. So it should be up here somewhere, I think. All right. So we're going to pretend that this is going to make a circle. Okay, but we're going to be dealing with the diameter here. All right. You don't have to do this. Let's see if I can kind of look at that. So when I'm doing my, my midpoint, right, because the center should be about halfway between these 2 points. Well, not about, it should be halfway between these 2 points. We can kind of estimate it, right? And the point is to estimate and use the drawing to help us make sure that we didn't make a big mistake, not that we're going to count and get this way. That's not the way it works, all right? I mean, I picked problems, I tried to pick numbers that are going to make it not terrible, not so you count them, so that when you got when you got an answer, you're like, okay, that seems like it's reasonable. So don't count them. We're going to do this. So the midpoint here, right? We're going to say this is going to be for the x part. That's going to be 3 plus 13 divided by 2. That's all you do is you just average the 2 points, right? You just average the ordinance. So we ended up with 3 and 13 is going to be 16 over 2. So 8. 8 is halfway between 3 and 13, right? 5. Go from 3 to 8, that's 5. Go from 8 to 13, that's also 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's that's all I'm trying to do is to get, does it look reasonable? Yeah. And for y, what we're going to do again, average the ordinance. So -2 plus 22 all over 2. So that's going to be 20 over 2, which is 10. 5, 10. So my drawing's terrible, but it's not actually quite as bad, right? It's in the neighborhood. So the center, right, is 8, 10. All right. And now we have to figure out the distance between these two things. Okay. Now I didn't give you these particular formulas, but here's how you figure out the distance formula. Okay. If you want to memorize the distance formula, I mean, more power to you. That's fine. But honestly, all it is Pythagorean's theorem. Okay, that's all we're doing. So we're just going to build a little triangle here. So I need to figure out, like, what's this distance, right? This is going to be my A. And then what's this distance? That's going to be my B. And then we're just going to use Pythagorean to say A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. All right. So let's go back to a bolder color here. Okay, so what are we doing here, right? Well, we're trying to go from the x value, right, of, so I want to go from x equals 3 to, sorry, let's go ahead and do this. We want to go from x equals 3 to 13, right? We're going from 3 to 13. What's the distance between 3 and 13? Okay, and it's going to be 13 minus 3, that's 10. So my A part for this triangle here, right, that's 10. Okay, the B, right, that's my side here. I just pick A for adjacent. It's not, I mean, it doesn't matter what you call these. Okay, B, we're going on our Y values. Okay, we're going from -2 to 22. So we're going to go from Y is equal to -2 to Y equals 22. What's the distance between -2 to 22? 22 minus -2, that's 24. Okay, so my B value, right, my vertical part of this triangle, that's, what was that? That was 24? Sure was. All right, and now we have to figure out the radius. Well, the diameter. What's the diameter first? So the distance we have here, right, is going to be c squared, right, is equal to a squared plus b squared. That's Pythagoras. So we have 10 squared plus 24 squared, and that is going to be c squared. So we have 100 plus, I used to know this, I think it's 524, but no, it's 526, I think. But let's double check. 576, that's it, 576. There we go. Okay, and plus 100, 676. I wonder, is that a good square or no? Oops, here we go. If we take the square root of 676, we can, but is it a nice number? Okay, that's my answer, right? Second function, this number, this button here, gives you the answer. It's the last number that the calculator gave you. Hey, 26, what do you know? All right, so there we go with 26. So c squared, oh, c is equal to the square root of 676, which is 26. Okay, so 26, this is the distance, right, between all of this. So remember that that's not the radius. The radius is half of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, this is my diameter, my radius is equal to 26 over 2, which is 13. Okay, so let's see here. We have our center, right, which is 8, 10. We have our radius, which is 13. And we can go back to x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So we have x minus 8 squared plus y minus 10 squared is equal to 13 squared, which is 169. And that is my answer for the first one here. All right, and that's how you go. So you know, that's like my favorite circle problem. So I guarantee you that you have a problem similar to this. All right. So we'll sign off there and let you guys work through this one, and I'll see you in a little bit for the next one. Yeah, here we go.